Previously on Danganronpa.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
And
If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. We're wrong. We all die here.
Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
all right. So, we don't think, the group overall is wavering on Byakuya being the overall killer. It's been a couple days since I've played, since the last episode. I have some additional theories. My leading theory right now is that Chihiro killed herself accidentally, and Byakuya used it as a way of staging, because we know he admitted to rearranging the body or staging the body. So Chihiro killed herself accidentally. We know that she wanted to get stronger and potentially killed herself accidentally, lifting a heavy weight, too heavy for her to carry, dropped it, hit her in the head, and she died. So technically, I'm wondering, like, if that's not really essentially against the rules. Monokuma didn't have to, like, step in and kill anybody. Technically, there was a killer. And Byakuya is using it as a way of taking two players off the board, so that he can get out there faster. Luther has an opportunity, said, hey, look, I can stage this, get somebody else in trouble. Let's go for it. So that's my leading theory, is that Chihiro actually killed themselves. All right. Excellent. Shall we resume our game of hide and seek? Let's do it. But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer is a girl. The killer is Genocide Jack. The killer is a guy. The killer is a guy because they're in the guy's locker room, right?
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Also, all my audio like reset itself, so I had to put all my settings back in. I don't remember all my settings, so hopefully this is somewhat close. But the noise gate and suppression might be just a smidge off. Also, I went back after watching the last two episodes and turned down the in-game music volume, just because it's very loud, especially during like action things and people are trying to talk over it. So I turned that down a little bit. So hopefully that improves. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need some more clues. I could also be like missing some other stuff. Library desk lamp, disappearing stain, Celeste's account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
So
You
dramatic.
want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
Alright.
And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Oh, I like that reference.
No! Not game over!
That's an Aliens reference. Game over, man. Game over. Not only do we have no info on the killer, nobody even saw the victim before he died. Is that actually true? Are we calling him a he already?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim?
Yeah.
The killer. And only the killer.
No, it's wrong.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
You guys didn't put the track jacket on.
Track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Maybe my thing is wrong then.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
True.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Possibly.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
Oh man, I'm gonna be heartbroken about this one, guys.
Whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
I still think it was an accident. I still think they accidentally killed themselves.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
It's Mondo.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
He's sweating awfully.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Okay. Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. I don't know, guys. I don't know where they're going with this. I feel like we're using Celeste's account again.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, Why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No.
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Are you saying there's something off about what someone just said? Mondo, right?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Oh. Oh, wait, hold on.
I
Damn
don't
it.
even have a tracksuit. The specific.
I got it! He picked it matched
got
the
it.
one the culprit.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just... Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit
Telling you it was an
was?
accident.
Because I just...
He was feeling really guilty about it earlier.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
Cherry.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
That's circumstantial. It's not circumstantial, I don't know what I'm saying.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Kyoko is playing, seriously, such a 5-head game.
That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
I didn't. I mean, there was a moment where we talked to him earlier, and he seemed very sad.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting, because I hate him.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Oh man, see, I did not even
Once
catch
I
that.
picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Definitely did not. That seriously.
You notice such a tiny detail?
I say dude like all the time.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
Sidebar, I don't know how Genocide Jill or Toko makes it out as not the next to die, honestly. Just the plain fact that like she could switch like that and kill somebody in here, so I feel like somebody would want to take her out as fast as possible.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I'm hoping it was an accident. Hoping. Like, hey, I'm gonna spot you and then like screw it up.
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Oh no.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Like really early.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get
Oh
up
my
and walk
god.
away?
This
It's
case,
fine,
man.
Just
Can
tell
anyone
us.
stick to their convictions?
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... It's mine? It's Chihiro's, right? Oh no, it might be Mondo. Oh. Let's go with Mondo's first. It belongs to Mondo, doesn't it? Huh? But I have mine. Ah, shit. Then whose is it? Better calm down and think about this.
Shoot!
Looks like I embarrassed myself. It's alright, it's alright.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime,
Yeah, it's
right?
something I don't remember. It's a byproduct of not playing the case all the way through.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
Yeah, now you have 2 broken handbooks.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point, by exploiting a bug, by hacking it. It does have a weak point. I remember them mentioning in that.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
I don't know. I feel like that might be something for the, the ultimate programmer.
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
Mm-hmm.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
No.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is...
The power button.
When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Oh, interesting.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Interesting.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Mondo has Chihiro's e-handbook, not breaking the rules because he's borrowing it. He dropped his handbook in the sauna during his little, quarrel with... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's it. That's it.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
It could also be Kiyotaka.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
We may be thinking.
then
he
the
did.
killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
The only reason I possibly knew that is because if he hung out with Leon in the sauna,
What if they found out by accident?
because Leon's was busted.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
It's either Mondo or Kiyotaka. Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Really, could have been one person. I'm gonna go with Kiyotaka. Poor guy. Just seriously, this... No, it certainly wasn't me, but, I mean, you seem awfully rattled, Taka. Could it be you know who it actually was? In that case, there really only one person left it could have been.
Shoot!
Looks like I embarrassed myself in front of everyone. I might have brought their handbook into the sauna. Really, it could have been one person. Shit. Alright, so it's okay. It's okay. It's gotta be Mondo, then. There's only 2 of them.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
I just like his face,
What? What?
before Taka's.
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest,
right, he wore his
Mondo
entire
just so
clothing.
happened to keep his school uniform on.
That's right.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
The only reason I picked Taka was because he made that face.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Make your argument. Shit.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
What?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Even I don't want to believe Mondo might have killed someone, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. What did I find?
Let's test
Pretty sure it's the
Makoto's
card reader.
assertion.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is, then that proves that what...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's
There we
wrong.
go. There we go.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
So he broke his, took Leon's, and then broke that one as
What
well.
I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Nope, loaning it out is prohibited, but borrowing it is not.
Here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's
Right.
kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
All right, this one. Okay. So, put the track jacket in the thing, right? Puts the track jacket in the thing. She sees... What's with the letter? I'm gonna say maybe this goes here. Stuffs it in. Goodbye. And then goes to... Let's say this. then, or it's this, just to kind of like solidify that, I guess. I don't know. Actually, I feel like that's not even needed. Because I feel like this would go here. Maybe. Goes in. But this could also be this. But he's actually not working out, so I don't know. Maybe that to solidify the... What is this? Some of the stuff I don't know. Doesn't make sense. There's a lot to this, honestly. There's a lot to this. We have 10 minutes, though? I wonder if I could put that there. Hit, smash, what, the. Cleans up. I don't, like, what is the ball thing for? Takes this down. Maybe this goes over here. Instead, I don't know. I'm gonna do that. This part I like. This part of the game is really a lot of fun. I've already seen him drop the weapon, right? Yeah. Ding, ding. Why is... Oh yeah, then he comes in. That's right. He's already carrying the cord. Right, because I forgot. Like he staged this entire thing. This part, I like. What do we put there? Well, we've already figured that out. So it's like, then what? What goes there? So it moves into the other room. Takes that down. I don't know what this ball thing is. The crystal ball is. I think this is this. This is this. This is this. this is this. I think that's right. This stuff I don't know. Like there's two over here. I'm just not even sure. All right, I'm gonna try this. We'll see how it goes.
Exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That
So far, so
something
good?
was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
Oh, why did I put the girls'
But
locker room?
how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Yeah. No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to rearrange the events of the case. That's fine. That was stupid of me. Probably this one.
The killer is you! With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
What? Whoops. I mean, the only other one I can think of is this one.
Here's exactly what happened. With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Who knows? Nice.
Simple, because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
No, wait, am I reasoning right? Uh-oh. Okay, so then what would go there? I guess picking up the car?
Here's
try that.
exactly what happened. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Uh-oh. We're gonna die, guys. I don't have many options left. I don't know what this is. I guess we could use the girl's door now.
Here's exactly what happened. Which is why the killer hurried to then removing the bloody poke.
Nice.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
Nope.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Oh, this is the door. Shit. No, let's do it all over again.
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
What? I don't know. Maybe this one?
Here's exactly what happened. That could have been the end. Byakuya discovered the body and decided...
There we go.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
He walked in with the extension cord. That's why I was confused about that.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
I wonder if he gets in trouble for this. Oh, what? Alright, so... Act 5. Maybe this one.
The killer is... you! And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
That's how it all played out.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Complete.
Wait! No, this can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo was the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial? All I have to do is check that one item of his, and everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the R1 button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push X, triangle, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. but it only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. And surprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent is... Okay. Well then, good luck and have fun. We might have to go through this a couple times. I forgot actually how to do these.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
Failed.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. Show me some evidence. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Woo! Woo!
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Oh, he's gonna confess.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon. Stop by Premiere Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 2 p.m. EDT right here for more Danganronpa content. Until next time, go forth the rest of your day, make it a good one, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.